And finally, can Ray Harford's Luton Town become the cup sensation of all time by taking a further step towards reaching Wembley 4 times in a season? They're at home too, against Portsmouth.
Oh, Danny Wilson popping up on the right. He wasn't offside. Horne's coming across. But there are 2 in the middle to look for. Oh, Allinson! And it hit Harford.
Well, now it's time to continue the extraordinary story of Luton Town's season. Its manager, Ray Harford's first, and his team has already qualified for Wembley in the Littlewoods Cup, the Simod Cup, and is one of 16 qualifiers for the Football League Centenary Festival. Their opponents, Portsmouth, are battling gamely to hold on to their First Division place and have reached this FA Cup quarter-final for the first time in 36 years. Your commentator is Tony Cupper.
It's 5 years and 15 matches since Luton lost an FA Cup tie here at Kenilworth Road, but the ravages of their various cup campaigns this season are now becoming visible. Steve Foster back in defence only 8 days after a hospital operation on a fractured cheekbone, but the referee has refused to allow Brian Steen to play with a plaster cast on his left arm. Foster in, Steen out is the only change from Tuesday's lineup in the semi-final of the Simod Cup, and that means that Darren McDonough moves up into midfield. Portsmouth's first quarter-final for 36 years provides a welcome distraction from the worries of relegation. Their only absentee is Clive Whitehead, replaced by Billy Gilbert at right back. John Key of Rotherham is the referee today as Luton start their 15th cup tie of the season. Already in 2 Wembley finals, the Simod Cup and the Littlewoods Cup. And the first kick from Seeley goes into touch, Portsmouth throw. So Gilbert with the throw. Hooked on by Dillon. Oh! That was Connor brought down by Foster, no doubt about that. John Key right on the spot. It's remarkable to see Foster playing because he had to have that compressed fracture of his cheekbone pushed out from the inside in an operation last Friday. But back to lead the Luton defence. Allinson in pursuit. And that's Portsmouth's ball. Pushed away by Seeley, looked like handball, was it, by Harford? Well, referee John Key had already seen a foul on the Luton keeper, Seeley, who looked a little bit hesitant when he came to punch that, and indeed, a couple of occasions in that Tuesday night semi-final against Swindon, the Luton keeper looked a little bit uncertain with crosses into the area. Good, powerful header. And Seeley's had to come right out of his area. Harford jumped early. This is Danny Wilson. Still Wilson on his left foot. Oh, goal! 4 minutes gone, and Danny Wilson puts Luton ahead. And Portsmouth will have to reflect that that was a soft goal. They let Wilson run at them. He took it onto his left side, and Alan Knight, well, he was the solitary line of defence. He was left to do it all on his own and couldn't make the save. But why didn't the defenders close down Wilson long before? A joyous start for Luton, a disaster for Pompey, but all of their own making. Too far forward of Wilson, who again gets forward from midfield. Portsmouth's free kick. This is Hardyman. He's got Connor to aim for, and Hilaire. This is Hilaire. Back to Hardyman. There's only 2 in the middle, and they've given it away. Dillon. Neat football again from Luton. This is Ashley Grimes. Cut out by Quinn. Nothing there for Connor. And Gilbert with plenty of time. Well, Portsmouth were quoted 16-1 for the FA Cup before this match began. Already a goal down against the Luton side, who were quoted at 6-1. Ball still in play. And Noel Blake. The route to the keeper's been cut off by Steen. McDonough's header. Freaker. Wilson again in the forward position, pursued by Horne, and again able to get in his shot, and this one spins behind for a corner. Well, they're going to have to pick up Danny Wilson. He's already punished them once. Terrific runs from Wilson from midfield, and he's the man they're not picking up. And Wilson to go across and take the corner. Looking for Harford. Foster against Blake, twice against Blake, still Foster. And it still isn't cleared, and now it is. Well, it was only half a chance when it fell to the feet of Steve Foster. Straight against the defender Noel Blake, who really didn't know too much about it, but two important stops by Blake. That's Ray Harford, the Luton manager, with the instructions.
On the centre half! Danny! Danny! Stop the back four, get out!
Mick Harford flicked on Steen, and he's away. Steen, 2-0. Minutes gone, and it's beginning to look like a cakewalk for Luton. Mark Steen's 11th goal of the season, and following immediately on those fiercely shouted instructions from the manager Ray Harford, the ball forward flicked on by Mick Harford. There was Steen, who got the better of Blake. He had all the time and all the space to beat Alan Knight. It's Luton 2, Portsmouth 0. Well, Steen got the goal, but Mick Harford causing havoc in the air. Portsmouth just unable to deal with the big Luton centre forward. The little flick on was so crucial, and it brought that second goal. His ball, Dillon, might fall for Connor. Trying to work himself an opening, and the left foot shot was not what he would have wished. Well, Luton's crowd have already had to dip into their pockets quite a few times in 1988 with this remarkable cup success that Luton have enjoyed, and now already beginning to think about a semi-final appearance. Blake. Well, he's looking for a target. Couldn't for a while find one. This is Dillon, and no offside. This is Connor, but Quinn in the middle. Oh, it's in! Quinn! Well, Quinn will claim the credit, but I wonder if that was an own goal by Foster. But Luton's back four seemed to think that Connor would be caught offside. Connor was away, and the low cross into the 6-yard box flew in either off the heels of Quinn or maybe Steve Foster. With a free kick. Once again, Blake, the man penalised. And the referee just moving the ball back the full 10 yards. And Luton seem quite clear about what they want. And the referee is going to book Mick Quinn for pushing. So Mick Quinn penalised for pushing the man standing in the wall, and Luton can try again. Well, that's a target that Foster has to aim at, because that's apparently what they have in mind. Now this is Wilson. And it was certainly intended to be Foster's the first time. Well, now it's Luton's throw. And the 45 minutes of the first half have been played. This is time the referee is adding on. And the referee's whistle ends the first 45 minutes. An eventful 45 minutes indeed. And has Mick Quinn shown Portsmouth the way back in this quarter-final? He certainly claims the goal, although it may go down to Foster. But the important thing is that at half-time, Portsmouth now only trailing by 1-2. And an interesting half-time thought for the arguments for and against the artificial surface. Over 1,000 football matches have been played since this one was laid here at Kenilworth Road. But although we're still well short of the 7-year lifespan that was expected, this is being torn up in the summer and a new one is being laid. Portsmouth start the second half, neither side are making a substitution in the half-time interval. But a thought about Luton's injury problems is that young Mark Steen has come out for the second half with his left wrist heavily bandaged. Gilbert manages to get it safely back to Alan Knight. Alan Knight ever present for his 100th consecutive game for Portsmouth today. Quite a record. And Foster claiming that he was the victim of an elbow by Quinn. And this is a worrying sign for Luton. And John Key having quite a long chat with Quinn. And that's a red card. John Key deciding to send off Mick Quinn. John Key saw it as an offence and gave himself no option. Quinn has gone. Foster's back on his feet. And Luton still ahead by 2-1. And now John Key's coming across to talk to Alan Ball. And this is a caution too for the Portsmouth manager, Alan Ball, whose protest from the dugout was obviously heard by the linesman, who called the referee's attention to it. Oh, Danny Wilson popping up on the right. He wasn't offside. Horne's coming across. But there are two in the middle to look for. Oh, Allinson! And it hit Harford. Ian Allinson with the goal at his mercy. And it struck his centre forward, Mick Harford, and went behind. What a let-off for Portsmouth. Well, what a bruising, entertaining cup tie this is. There's something happening every minute of the match. You've really got to have eyes in the back of your head. McDonough. Steen's not offside again. Knight thought about coming and he's chipped him. But the flag has gone up. Mark Steen. A lovely little chip over the head of Alan Knight, but the linesman's flag had gone up on the far side. Maybe a little later than Luton would have liked, but it definitely went up, and the goal doesn't count. 70 minutes gone, and Portsmouth decide to make a substitution. Paul Hardyman's the man who's coming off, and it's the veteran Paul Mariner who comes on to take his place. Mariner got ahead to that. This is Fillery. Connor's gone to the far post. Mariner! Oh, beautifully struck by Mariner. That was a real quality strike from the former England international. Oh, Steen, the breaker. Hall who sprints across, but he's got in the ball. Harford! That's it! Mick Harford's 19th goal of the season makes it 3-1 to Luton. A perfect goal from a centre forward at the end of a perfect cross. He buried that. Wilson. Grimes. And that is the whistle. Luton victors by 3-1. Tremendous occasion for Kenilworth Road. Luton still unbeaten here in the FA Cup for 5 seasons. The goals from Wilson, Steen, and then finally Mick Harford, who surely has done his England prospects no harm at all with a pulsating 90-minute performance, capped by a tremendous finish, a tremendous goal. Portsmouth had to play with 10 men for most of the second half, but in fairness, Luton always the better side. And the celebrations can now begin here at Kenilworth Road, and the problems are beginning to mount because they already have a backlog of 4 league matches which have somehow got to be fitted in before the end of the season, and Luton's season will certainly go in well into May.